Welcome to What My Sister Said, the show where three sisters with a passion for the entertainment industry bring our kitchen table conversations straight to you. We dive deep into the world of BL, GL, and queer dramas from Thailand, Japan, Korea, and beyond, while also tackling music, television, and the state of politics today. Pull up a seat, pour yourself a drink, and let's start the conversation.
Singing turquoise teddy bear who wears headphones, a raspy voiced panda who claims she's the visuals of the group, an avocado dog who likes the ocean and dances with wild abandon, a cute little pink dino with a passy who falls asleep anytime. Welcome to What My Sister Said.
That's great!
Those are so cute.
That was so fun!
That was cute.
We're gonna
did it
today, guys. But first, here's my sisters, Nikki and Kelly and me, Anwi. And we're going to have a whole fun conversation about mascots today. But before we do any of that, let's talk about the cocktail. My creation. Kelly, what is in that cocktail?
Listen, I don't want to do sugar.
Wait. We'll get to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna say what the creation is because mine is okay. I looked up. Okay, so I tried to come up with a mascot inspired cocktail. I looked up polar bear cocktails. I looked up orca cocktails. I looked up panda cocktails, and all of them were very complex and very sweet.
Ooh.
So I was like, I'm going to create my own cocktail called the polcasang. 2 ounces gin. I'm going to say a half ounce Saint Germain because an ounce would have made it very sweet. An ounce of gin, grapefruit juice, shaken with ice, poured over ice, and then fill the rest of the glass with tonic water. Now that's what I sent to my sisters.
You didn't even do it? I didn't either. What are we drinking? I did. I'll explain. Continue.
So I went to the store.
You guys.
I went to the Asian market because I was just like, I went to go get stuff for my hair, which is the beauty supply store is right next to the Asian market. When I went to the Asian market, I thought I could get some grapefruit juice. They did not have grapefruit juice.
What the hell, you weirdo? Go ahead.
So
I was prepping. I didn't know it was going to
technical difficulties, folks who are just listening. Anyway, I ended up. So mine ended up being the 2 ounces of the gin, a half ounce of the Saint Germain, and I put some lime in there because I couldn't find grapefruit juice. I used the grapefruit soda, and I knew that was going to be very sweet. So yeah,
you just went rogue.
I mean, tonic water, grapefruit soda.
For those who can't see, my face is incredibly incredulous.
What you did it the right way?
Yes.
I
said,
how does it taste the right way?
It's fine. It tastes okay.
Hey guys, I made a decent cocktail.
I'm annoyed.
So what I did,
as
you know, as many of you know, I'm avoiding sugar as much as possible. And I'm about to fly tomorrow, and I just didn't want to feel bad. And the tonic water plus Saint Germain kind of put me on edge. So the drink that's no sugar, well, there's probably in the vermouth. The drink that has zero effect on me.
Yeah, vermouth is a little sweet.
This, I know that it doesn't have any effect on me. It's gin, vermouth, and club soda, and then I put the bear to get a little kick.
I knew those were berries.
Blueberries, but blueberries are higher fiber. So even though they're giving me a little sweet, I'm also getting the fiber that I need. So
how's that?
Ever described blueberries as sweet?
It sounds delicious. Blueberries, I don't
flavor.
I don't
it's flavor so that it's not just like alcohol.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what too though? It depends on the ripeness of the blueberry too. Because when we're growing blueberries, they can be sweet.
Frozen. It's always better if they're frozen. So I'm scared of cyclospora, but I do not believe it was on blueberries. They talked to raspberries and the berries that have the little crevices.
Okay. So you were very concerned about me buying greens yesterday, and I didn't buy. So I looked it up when I went to the Asian market. I looked up what I could buy, and okay, so here's what I bought. Please tell me that I didn't
cook it. It's fine. If you cook it,
okay. Yeah, I got some edamame, but it was frozen edamame, so I figured that was fine. But I also got bok choy.
Yeah, that should be fine. You're going to cook it. Okay. You can have any,
but I didn't cook I got jalapenos, but that wasn't in the list.
Oh no, they're fine. It's leafy greens and berries.
Leafy greens. Okay, that's what I saw on the list.
Leafy greens and berries. And not all berries. They really are just talking raspberry. Some people say specifically raspberries because there are noted cases that came from raspberries, but it could. So some people are like, just don't do berries. I think that's a little overkill.
Yeah, that sounds like.
But I'll let you know in 2 weeks. Anyways, I was exposed accidentally because I got fucking avocado toast for breakfast. And I'm like, yum, 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 avocado toast, mom. What's that?
Oh, avocado?
Full of cilantro. They had mashed cilantro into the cilantro is on the list.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't bought any cilantro. I've bought plenty of avocados.
It depends on like it depends on the farm, but there's no way of knowing what farm it was. So it is a farm to table restaurant, so I might be okay. Because they do locally source everything. So actually, hey, I didn't think about that. I might be okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. I was just in shock. I've been traveling for 3 weeks. People are out there slamming down salads, lettuce on their burger. Like, just don't put the lettuce on your burger. Why are you in this airport testing your fate? You're about to fly. And then we were at the conference last week, and they had the salad. They put the salad in front of us, and I was like, "We're not doing this, right?" And one person was like, "I just really want this salad," and I was like, "You doing that?" And they were like, "Yeah, I just really want it." I was like, "She crazy, right?" To the rest of the table, they were like, and then another person was like, "It looks real good, though." And I was like, "You doing that?" They all ate the salad. I was the only one.
Let me tell you something.
They just want a pooper.
They just want a leafy green, man. I've been avoiding my weekly salad dinners.
I do miss a leafy green.
I
changed my diet. That's like the foundation of it.
Yeah.
A real bad situation. Berries and salad. So, but I don't want to. The way they talk about how they're pooping, I don't want to poop like that. Please, Lord Jesus, never put me in that situation. Please, Lord, let these berries be okay. I don't want to poop like that.
Me either, Lord. Me either.
Please, Lord.
Church, everybody. I ain't had that. I had that, but I had enough in my life. I just remember calling my pastor going, "I can't sing this Sunday."
I've been traveling.
I don't want nothing like that ever again.
I'm on planes.
Anyway, yeah, planes is not the place for that to be happening.
All right.
So that being said, we are talking about mascots this week, you guys. Let's move on from the poops to the cute little animals.
Yeah.
And so Kelly and Nikki and I love the mascots. And not just that we love the mascots, we love what they represent. They represent family, they represent joy. And they just bring us happiness. And so we felt like we needed to do an episode about the mascots. And if you know the sisters, you know that this is, if you look at this room back here in Nikki's space, you can tell that she's probably the one who would have the most knowledge about mascots.
You're right. Ooh, Anwi, what a segue. Anwi's doing great today, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to let her lead this conversation off, and Kelly and I will interject where we can. But
go, Nikki,
we're going to let Nikki be the authority. So she's going to start us off, and then we'll jump in.
Yeah. Okay.
Go, Nikki.
Yeah. Yay. Everybody. Okay, I'm going to start this mascot conversation. I will caveat it and say, she is rocking a head cold that is slowly moving to my chest. So she's feeling 100, not 100% at all. And I had a great idea for a cute little, and we could still do it because I have guests, special guests, everybody. We have 2 special guests. They're downstairs in my house. Oh, they could be gone already. They might be gone. They might be back at the hotel because they like a good chillax in their space.
Yeah, it is 8. That's late for those 2.
But you know, we might do a little snippet, a special snippet for the recording later on. So so I say all that to say, let's go. I got this. Everybody got this. You guys want to know. So I was very vehement. I think we talked about doing this, and then we were like, well, we talked about the mascots before, and I was like, no, we need to talk about the fandom. What's going on? And then I armed myself with multiple articles. I found some really cool articles out there. I'll put the links to them in the podcast notes because I found a lot of interesting spaces where they talk about like all of the different aspects of mascots. But I wanted to take it back. Let's take it back. Roll it back to the idea of mascots alone, right? And the idea really comes across, I think, mostly in not just in Asian spaces, but in different cultural spaces overall, right? So we talk about, I have examples. I don't know. Why does it add to stage? Can somebody add that to stage? Yeah.
Just do this.
Thank you. Because
you're welcome.
It just said remove when I was over that. So I wanted to take it back to some of the in one of the articles that I read. They had a good intro into how mascots, how they came to be in different countries and how they've used them. So they talk about specific popular mascots, right? So Kumamon is the Japanese mascot that we'll start with. So in Japan, they actually have civic mascots. So different prefectures will have their own mascot representation for for like a city or a town, right? And they'll use those mascots in different ways to promote things. This mascot in particular became very popular. I believe it was for earthquake relief within their prefecture. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah. So this mascot became incredibly popular in Japan. And then you think about other popular mascots that are just
Netherlands.
They're popular.
You know what? That makes sense for the Netherlands.
Yes.
So it's very specific and very
So you have mascots that are civically minded or related, right? Like in Japan. But then you also have mascots like Miffy in the Netherlands, who started out just a Dutch artist making some books, made some books to tell bedtime stories to his kid, and the collective latched on to Miffy, and now Miffy has gone across into international spaces. I think Miffy is very popular also in Japan. Japan plays a big part, I think, in the kawaii of it all. They really have a sensibility for mascot culture there, and so they assist in having in making some of these things more popular. And then you have, of course, the boo-boos, right? And those, basically...
Are those a mascot, though?
They are the monsters. And you could say that they are a mascot of sorts, I think, for Hong Kong. It's a representation, right? A very visible representation. Yes, has it been, commodified by celebrity who picked it up. I think it was Lisa from Blackpink that started the whole Labubu thing. She had one. And people were like,
she's Thai.
Yeah, and people were like, "What is that?" And they started the craze of her having, to have one. But take these glasses off.
Only reason I asked that because I don't think there's a human version of Labubu.
That was the thing.
I mean,
an actual mascot version of it. I believe.
Right.
Yes. I believe there has been, and I could be wrong, but I believe there has been an actual standing physical representation
moving
of this. Yes.
Yeah.
The representation of that. And then we get on to Butterbear.
Let's go about Butterbear.
Yes, Butterbear. Yes. And I mean, Butterbear is quintessentially Thai. Butterbear started from a bakery and what's the name of the mall? I lost it.
Mall. Yeah, the mall.
It's that. Oh no, I know the mall. Because you probably I don't want to
M-Sphere.
Yeah.
And then so they were like, oh, you know, we can use this mascot, have people come, and it just blew up into a sensation to where even the Thai Prime Minister is like, Butterbear, that's our mascot. Go ahead, Kelly.
So Butterbear is where I learned the intensity of mascot culture. I did not know till Butterbear. And the funniest part is that when I was talking to a Thai friend, she was like, the mall is really far away from everything. And so they were like, how do we get people to this mall? That's where Butterbear came from. They were like, well, we'll have Butterbear and that'll be like an attraction. It worked tenfold. Like it worked. It is Butterbear. Before GMMTV introduced their mascots, Butterbear was Butterbear got invited on stage when national artists came to town. Butterbear was doing choreography. Butterbear was beloved. There were scandals if you spoke inappropriately to Butterbear or if you tried to talk about Butterbear's origin outside of the one that is the bakery. And also Butterbear is universal. It is for everyone. And I would watch because I was following Bilkin and Pee-Pee, so that's how I got connected to Butterbear. Butterbear would walk in a room or walk in a space, and it would be like BTS was in the room. Is that went wrong? It was it was beyond. Butterbear was one of the. I did a roundup of like I think it was 2024 or 2025 of I watched a special that went over all of the trending things in Thailand for each month, and Butterbear was at the top or near the top every single month, and that's of everything. That's of like national fire or an earthquake or anything trending in Thailand. Butterbear stayed there. It's crazy.
Well, that is a great segue into the cultural alignment that Thailand has in terms of mascots. Go ahead, Ami.
You were talking internationally, and before you leave internationally, I just want to say, I don't know anything about Gritty, but I know Gritty is important in America.
Oh,
The Philadelphia Flyers mascot. But the one that sticks out for me is Ellie the elephant.
Ellie the elephant.
Ellie. She is what made mascots important to me. Like, I love Ellie down. I will watch any Ellie video that comes across my screen. I'm paused. I'm sat. I have to see what she's doing. And that
the mascot Ellie goes beyond.
Yes, she does. She goes beyond, and she's the mascot for the New York Sparks. No.
No. She's WNBA.
I messed that up.
Yeah, you're right. WNBA. Liberty. New York Liberty.
Oh, the Sparks are LA. I apologize, WNBA fans. I used to have a team and I lost it.
Sparky Spark is for the New York Sparks.
Yeah, Sparky's weird. Ellie is like, and she is. There's some great interviews out there how they conceptualize what's happening.
Yeah,
with Ellie, and how they really made her into a quintessential New York girly girl, even though she's an elephant. But I think, so talking about how important mascots are overall, right, and internationally, when you really get into Thailand, the part for them, it's like it's a cultural alignment for them. And they talk about Thailand has a deep history of anthropomorphization. So taking, inanimate objects and giving them, imbuing them with feelings and with a soul and with things like that, right? So it is they have animist traditions, which is all living things in nature have a living soul and spirit. So that animist idea, they imbue into these mascots. And then you couple on top of that what P. Todd from GMMTV has really dialed into, the family aspect, right? So the idea, and this is a great topic for another show, right, is the different ideas about fandom. So I think, you know, in terms of fandom in Thailand, a lot of it is tied into family. So when you are a fan of something, you most likely won't be considered, like, that won't be your, you know, your boyfriend or your girlfriend in terms of like a pop idol or something. You'll be their aunts, or, you know, their sister or their brother, or your or the grandma or the uncle. So that's the family dynamic that they have within fandom. And so they took that, and, you know, Pita being the smart businessman he is, I love the fact that he does these interviews and he's always like this. Well, you know, this is just the lucky thing. I'm like, okay, business guy. But you know,
I think it's a bit of both.
He likes to roll the dice, Kelly. I think he has ideas, and he's like, let's try it, and it works out. That's what I mean by.
But I think what people don't give credit to, what he does is he allows them to have ideas, the actors.
Right. The actors.
And he allows, and he goes, that sounds interesting. And instead of poo-pooing it and like running the show from the top without them having input, their ideas can become the next big thing. And that's where he rolls the dice. Yeah.
He rolls the dice on their input. And so that is, so the Butterbear Phenomenon comes along, he recognizes it, but also the Butterbear Phenomenon really exposes the idea of Thai fandom and how they interact with this, you know, what is seemingly an imaginary object, right? And they imbue Butterbear with spirit. They imbue her with a soul, so that the interactions with her are not weird, but they're totally aligned and natural because of the underlying cultural feelings that they have within Thailand with that type of fandom. So that's kind of like the backstory of how we get to where we are today. And GMMTV, we'll go into that next, is the linchpin of where it gets to the next level, because he took a little bit of that feeling, like with Butterbear. He takes a little bit of the K-pop precedent, because they were doing animal versions or mascot versions of your favorite K-pop idols. They were not a one-to-one, but they would be like an animal or like a little childlike or some type of animated representation of your favorite K-pop idol. So he saw that, you know, they saw that through line. And then he takes that and he puts family on top of it. And he says, okay, instead of it just being a one-to-one, right? This is not a mascot. So take Tae and Nu with Polcasan. Polcasan is not a one-to-one mascot representation of Tae and Nu. He is an extension of Tae and Nu. So now you have a family, you have generational appeal, you also have, you know, you can buy into that story, and you can get extensions of what that fandom looks like based on the family dynamic. So that's where we get into the GMMTV. And you can, you guys.
And I think also, like, just to tack onto what you're saying, by them creating the characters first, the characters, like you said, it's a smash up of like their ideas, but also inside jokes with the family, like fandom conversation or fandom connection, like Polcasan and them being into Pokemon and the sound that Pokemon makes, and the broccoli that's kind of part of Boom Prim, and now, you know, their baby holds a like they don't, it's like you said, this marriage of all of these things into one, instead of being very linear about it, like you're this, you're that, okay, we're gonna put those together and now it's this. It's more of, let's look at all the lore that you as a pair have created and with your fandom. So now the fandom feels like a part of it as well.
So that's, and I mean, that's literally what they're doing. So it is that mascot family feel. You took to your point, Kelly, that they create them at GMMTV. They sit down and they ideate around what that mascot's going to be, include all their favorite things, and then say, well, this mascot is a representation of you. So now you're a part of our family. So
can we take a pause?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, yes. I'll go ahead.
Since we were talking about how the parents created the lore, or the pairs created the lore about these mascots, I just had a few incidents where mascots copied their pairs. And I mean, there's so many stories of this, right?
Yeah.
But these are just a few that I took notice in the past few days, even. Kingman, Chris Cinco's child. There was an interview where Chris was asked if he had a boyfriend.
Oh, I saw this.
he said, I have someone who understands me. That was Chris' basic answer to that. And
for the last 10 years.
For the last 10 years, yeah. But then when Kingman was with Chris asked him if there's anyone at school that he liked. And Kingman said, I don't have a girlfriend, but I have someone who understands me.
The way they both were like,
yes, their reaction to that was like, oh my God, this child.
I think Cinco walked away for a little bit.
It's so cute, the ways in which they really act like these are their children. Like, this is something my kid would say in this instance, right? There's a video of Jimmy and C doing this little thing where they're like, C to the C to the C. And Jimmy goes, Jimmy says that, C to the C to the C. And then Jimmy says, Jim to the Jimmy, right? And then they do a little move. Avocean, is that how you say his name?
I think so.
He does this thing with Permpoong, where he goes, Nong to the avo to the ocean. And then Permpoong goes, P to the perm to the poon. And then they do a little move.
Oh, it's so
cute how their babies mimic them. And then the last thing, this involves a human baby.
Can I say?
Oh, go ahead.
They got that from a Korean drama. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lawyer. I don't remember what it's called. She's a lawyer.
Woo.
Yeah, Attorney Woo or something like that. And her and her best friend
screaming the name of it.
They are yelling at us right now. That's why I was like, I can't let it pass without saying it.
It's been a long week.
It's Attorney Woo.
Attorney Woo.
Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Her and her best friend say dun to the runny. Yes, we don't know because have I watched it? No, but do I have?
I loved it. Yes. It's got a season 2.
It's super cute. Yes,
it's
very extraordinary.
Watching Jimmy C do it and then watching Avocean and Permpoong do it. Very cute.
That's adorable.
And then the last example I have of this, there's so many, but the last example I have of it, I mean, Jumo has tons of things that he does like Junior.
Insane.
That little dude is all about being like his daddy. But this one in particular, they're all together, the whole family. And Junior is just like crossing his arms like this. And then Jumo's like, I'm going to cross my arms like daddy. And then Paul looks at Jumo and he goes, I'm going to cross my arms like daddy too.
I love it.
Whole family. And Mark's just standing there with his hands on his hips and it's just like so adorable.
That you bring up the addition when you talk about the structure and the family and how much they've leaned into that. I did not think about, because there is that you have this, so you might have more to speak on this, Nikki, that's more structured, but and maybe we're dovetailing into that, the way that the family structure, even in, there is a very strong, and I don't know that people understand this because fans have really inserted themselves into defining the family structure for the actors. But the reality is that many choose it's found family. It is part of that idea of found family, which is why I push back on the fans getting so involved in it, because you find somebody who can be a mentor to you, and they take it very seriously at GMMTV. They, I just watched an interview the other day where Tay was like, I keep getting kids. And someone else was like, we always bring them to you because we know you will take care of them and you will do it in the right way. And so, and you know, you just see people like, if they want to go somewhere that they don't feel particularly safe in, specifically the women, they will go to Force. Force is the one to usher you into like a party or something where you're like, I don't want to go there alone, or I feel out of place. Force is like, that's my place. I will take care of you. And he is willing to take anyone out with him, where Tay is just like, he just nurturing, very nurturing. Anyways, I don't want to get stuck on that. You may be talking about it, but that leans into that, having the actors and the mascots be part of the family.
I just want to add to that, because I don't know as much about Doumundi families as I do GMMTV.
They have them as well,
But I just know Tutor Yim and TT. I see
it's so cute.
Strong in that group.
So cute.
And as a gay person, it is so like vital to your experience as a gay person, right? Like I have family, but you see these families in the gay community for those who are not, that don't have that. And even if you have it, it's not the same. Found family. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's beautiful to me when I see the way that they take care of one another and they find those mentors that they can follow and they can learn from and that they can feel safety in.
So if we take the found family, right, and we take that a step further, I think the way I would talk about it in terms of the mascots is really interesting, because I think we saw Tay, or no, it was New in an interview recently say that the mascots choose the part.
So not all. They did in the beginning. I will say that was corrected just in the beginning.
Oh, just in the beginning. Well, but with that choice, what I would say is, you know, the amount of work and study that comes within that, right, is very purposeful. That's how they're doing those things. And it falls very much under the business structure that they have, because it's a financial partnership at the end of the day. So the way that PTA does it for GMMTV, and I was saying Doumundi because I don't think we have a real visibility on how other companies do it. It's not 100%
clear.
Yeah, it's not really clear. But for GMMTV, what we've known he said in interviews is that with those mascots, because they are mascots of an existing pair, right, a pair that's doing work, what happens is if the mascots go by themselves to do an appearance, that pair gets a cut. If the mascots have merchandise that comes out, that pair gets a cut. So it is an investment for them to have these familial interactions with the folks, the actors that are playing their children. I think on both sides, right? Because the more popular that couple becomes, or the more popular that mascot becomes, they're making money as well. So it is a symbiotic relationship between the two. So it's found family, it's family in that space, because you cannot deny when Bonnie and Annie are together, you cannot deny that whomever's playing that role of Annie and with Bonnie, they are very comfortable with each other and they're very loving with each other. And that's, you know, Polcasang and Tay and New. You can see the ones that are very dialed into this relationship and, you know, are very familial in a way that is very lucrative for them on the other side as well, because they take that relationship and it's like, oh, we can do this, but we can also spin this tale, right, in an interview of like, oh, my kid's not doing well in school, you know, this, that, so and the smart other. The grandmas and the uncles, they come out and they're giving gifts, you know, based on what the kids like, they don't like, all of those things. And it's just really, really smart. It's like it's an easy bridge into the pair that you like that doesn't have to. So if you're not comfortable with that direct, like, through line to them, you can do it through their child as well, through their mascot child. So it's interesting. I was going to say one thing too, though. That one-to-one is really interesting, and unless age comes into it, because it's very interesting to me that Pom Pom is not Almond Progress's son.
No.
Pompon is their brother, their little
And
brother.
it's crazy town over there. It is shenanigans.
I love Pompon.
And they're like, you don't call Pompon your son, because that is
what is he, 16? Leave that boy alone. He's a child.
Yes, that's too young for you to have a baby. So but it's still doing that culturally.
Progress is 16.
No, really?
16 or 17. He might have just turned 17. God. They're babies.
Oh,
and Almond's only 1 year older. They're babies. They're babies.
Yeah, because they were correcting themselves. They kept calling Pompon their baby. They're like, our son.
They were like, we are not old enough for a child. That's our little brother. They set that record straight. I do want to.
TT Poor, they say that too, right?
Yeah, TT Poor said
they're too young
for a kid. I would say too, like with that whole structure, I think, in the grand scheme of things, people have their own viewpoints about everything, but GMMTV is very big on workshops. They train constantly. So these actors are going to workshops, they're going to training, they're going to dance training. And when it became clear that the mascots were going to be something bigger than maybe what any of them imagined, they have their own so they have nannies, handlers. The handlers of all the mascots are called nannies. Genius. And then they have their own management. So there is a whole other side of GMMTV that is running so if you're worried if the mascots make money, the mascots make money, y'all. The mascots, this is like, I think if you hear Polcasan talk, because I was watching Polcasan do that speech again, from like knowing what we know now, rewatching that speech, it made me cry even more. Because as a mascot, you're not supposed to speak. You were never supposed to reach this point in this kind of way and have this level of connection or stay this long. They said, oh my God, it made me cry. They were like, Polcasan's done. It doesn't have to reincarnate anymore. Because this performer has been many mascots over the years. And they said Polcasan was like, I don't have to reincarnate anymore. I found my body. I found who I am. And Polcasan kept crying and they were crying because it was all kismet. Polcasan was not supposed to talk. And Tay just wanted to hear Polcasan's voice so badly. And that's how this whole thing launched. So when you say like, leaning into the gamble, Pita could have been like, the hell y'all are doing, mascots don't speak, cut that out. But instead he went, wait a minute. This is kind of, it sounds crazy to say a little revolutionary, but it is. It's like an international rule that mascots don't speak. So they really stepped out of the box with this. And now they have their own team. They can get their own gigs. They have, they go to workshops, they go to training. And a big part of, I don't know that people understand that improvisational piece, the amount of, like you were saying, Nikki, what they have to study and learn about the pair. They can be in the scene. I just don't think people think about the fact that that is a scene that they have created improvisationally for us when they go out on that stage. There's a story. And they all have to be in on it. They have to know who each other is so that it flows naturally.
So I would say, go ahead, Anwi. Go.
No, I was going to interject a focus on memory for me. That was very cute. When Book and Tainu were in a space with Polcasan, and Book was very hungry, and he was just saying how he wanted some of the meat.
Oh, the meat! Oh no!
They were saying they couldn't eat him at the time because they need to fatten him up so it would be more tender.
Stop talking about my baby like that.
And Polcasan was very, very bothered. But like he's like
he kept
he's telling Tainu, he's telling his parents, hey, this dude wants to eat me. And then they were like we kind of want to too. And he was just so disturbed. Horrible. And the fact that he had a voice and that conversation could happen. And it was like you said, the improvisation, it was fun, right? Them all going out with each other. But then even later, it goes to, they're doing a Bonchon thing. And Polcasang came with a big fork and a big spoon.
Big spoon, yep.
And he says, I want to eat Papa. He was like, oh, y'all gonna talk about eating me? I'm gonna eat you now, right? And then they did a whole thing about his fur too, like
that would be warm if he made it into a coat. Yep.
So
oh my God,
it's just neat to me. Like that voice allowed all of that to take place.
And I would give another example of that, right? So Polcasang having a voice that opened up a new avenue of improvisation. I would say, for me, Avoceangmmtv is the best at before pre-voice was the best at the physical, right?
Yes.
But the other mascot who needed that voice for us all to fall in love with them was Lunar, because Lunar before that voice, we were like, what's wrong with that chick? She's crazy. And when that voice came out, we said, oh, we understand what's wrong with her. She's crazy, but crazy funny. And that part, I mean, she just needed that voice.
The voice was amazing, but part of what made you love the voice so much is her mother's reaction to the voice.
Oh, Lord.
Namtan film losing it when she first spoke. We all felt what they felt. They were like, we're in trouble, but also we love this freaking kid so much.
Yeah.
And we're not crazy in the best way.
She talks back so much. It's so funny. She's like, what are y'all doing? Let's go. All the time.
You bringing up, I told you I have too much. But you bringing up Ovaceangmmtv makes me think of
we all say his name completely different.
I don't know.
I heard him say Avoceangmmtv, but you know what?
Avoceangmmtv, I've heard that too.
Avoceangmmtv probably right.
Saying his name
because I was saying his name before he said it. So
exactly.
But he, when you talk about how good he is with there's so much. I think what GMMTV does, because it has found these actors, they're actors, right? And performers that are so good on their feet and can create. I really would love to know how much story in between each of them they're creating on their own and how much is scripted. You know, there could be an outline that they're given, like this is your relationship with this character. That very well could be happening in the background, and there's some unseen, like, you know, person.
I think,
but it feels very in the moment. But Ovaceangmmtv and Sam Rue is one of the coolest, like, because Ovaceangmmtv is crazy, right? Ovaceangmmtv will bite your ear. I still remember. Wait, was it Thomas?
It was Thomas.
Ovaceangmmtv will come in and bite everybody, but you better back up when Sam Rue is around, because he's slow, he moves slow, and he needs help. And Ovaceangmmtv takes pride in taking care of, like, that's genius. Who wrote that?
I do think the interpersonal relationships between the mascots are definitely not scripted,
like they all know
they're
each
outlined,
other.
right? Yes. So, and a great example of that is when Vimy and Jewel, I'll just say Jewel because that's how I say it with that spelling.
Jan Jeans.
Yes, Jan Jeans came on.
That's hilarious.
Right?
She's hilarious.
They came out, right? And Jewel immediately, and this is why I'm very sure these are loosely scripted outlines, right? Immediately, Annie goes to Bonnie and says, I like her.
That's my,
Yes, and Bonnie said, and Bonnie was like, my kid likes Jewel, you know, like, what's going on? And that is a storyline that's not something that's happening in the moment. They're putting those like loose outlines of like relationships between the mascots together, and they're saying we're gonna run this out, right? I think the idea that Jumo has been rejected so many times. That is a great storyline, and it is a mirror
because Junior was
of his father. Yes. It's a mirror of his father's relationships, right? And so they're like, let's do this. And we're going to have Junior want to be involved with all the people that Junior annoys the most. And they're all going to say, not my baby, not my baby. Every single one.
But also he plays into that helicopter mom kind of thing, because before Jumo was Jumo, Junior was eyeing who was the most suitable. He went after Polcasang immediately.
He did.
And
yes.
he was like, what school do you go to? I think this is the one for my child. Is Polcasang.
So are we taking, can we also take predictions on who's going to have a voice next? And I think it'll be Jumo, and I think it's going to be a concert.
So
right
look, now look,
yeah, I think
you say that, but I have,
can we pause for a second?
Yeah, we can.
And I'm going to give my list of the frog.
Okay, awesome.
So we were talking about talking mascots, and there's a lore or something that if you touch this little frog to the mascot's mouth, it will talk. Yes. So a lot of pairs have been trying to do that with their, like the moms and the aunties and all will give them this frog and they'll try to touch it to their mascot's mouth. But there are specific mascots who want nothing to do with the frog. And one in particular, we were all saying we hope he will talk next. Jumo,
he wants nothing.
Yeah, he's been.
He's like, get that frog away from me.
That frog tooth and nail.
So I had a thought. Again, international rule is that mascots don't talk. Think about actors who thought that they were finding a place to have a voice and didn't have to speak. Maybe they're not comfortable speaking. Stage fright is real, like all of these things. And say you're Jumo and you landed this gig and it's the dream gig. And now there's this pressure to speak, but you're not clever. And that's not a diss. Maybe you're not clever. Maybe you're not fast on your feet. You have to be a good improv. You have to be an improv actor. Vocally, not just physically.
I hear you.
And so the trajectory of these mascots has changed in a way. I think a lot. Everyone tries to make it like, oh, they're being mean to my mascot, blah, blah, blah. No, they got to find somebody who can talk. You can't just talk. You have to be an improv actor to now do these mascots.
And this also shows, well, I just want to point out the other ones that I just have two others that I've seen run from the frog, and that's Peyote.
Pouty?
Pouty, is that what you say? Pouty?
No, I don't know, man. I got nothing.
That one.
Y'all thought we would have studied these names before.
Hey, don't call it out.
I did. Hey, I watched the videos. I don't know what they're saying.
Peyote might be right then.
Nani's baby, Niona.
Oh, Niona doesn't want to talk.
She did speak a little.
Well, when they were trying to put that frog on Niona was like, hell to the no. Like the other one, who's Sky's baby?
I think it was
Sky's baby took it. Sky's baby was like, okay, give me the frog. Niona was like, hell to the no. Niona fought tooth and nail. I don't want that frog. And so I say that to say, I wanted to go back to what you were saying about improvisation and all this. This is what makes us appreciate these actors the way we do too, because this is their life. They are constantly improvising. We talk about fan service and all that. They're constantly giving us what we need to feed us, right?
Yeah.
It's not just, they're not, I mean, we have to know that a lot of it is for show, right?
Yeah.
Even if there's some beautiful things in their lives that they're not sharing with us, what they are sharing with us, it's a show that they're putting on for us. And they're constantly cracking jokes. They're in the moment all the time. And you throw the mascots in there, they have to be in that moment as well. And some, like you said, some of them aren't ready for it. I think some of them are fighting it because they want us to really, really want it. When we are.
I think that's it.
Because I can't imagine.
Jumo,
I can't imagine.
I feel like Jumo is the one who's going to. This Jumo is a mess.
His daddy.
You know what, too? If they're smart, they're waiting for maybe Jumo was ready to talk and then Lunar came. Lunar is dominating right now, right? Lunar and so they were like, oh no, that one's talking. Hold up. We're gonna hold it back a few more clicks so that when I talk, it will be my time.
All I'm saying is talking seems to come around the same time that concerts come. And so I'm banking on this concert coming, which I think we're in New York when Junior Marks concerts. 3 days are that weekend.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking that might be.
Is it the same weekend?
Yeah,
I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
I think we might need to.
We might need to.
It'll be a lot. Wow, we gotta talk about that because we're not at the same hotel. I don't think. I think I tried. Yeah, I looked.
Oh yeah. It's not.
They don't have a conference room. Yeah, sorry.
Which is crazy.
But anyway, that aside, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I'm positive that it's that weekend.
I think it's gonna happen at that time. And that's why I was saying, I think even with Neona, I think the more demonstrative ones are playing us when they're doing the no to the frog. I think because I do feel like they are probably the ones that'll be even, the yes and is already there physically. I cannot see it not being there vocally as well, because they're working these spaces a notch above some of the other ones, especially the ones that have gotten, I think.
Jumo is definitely here.
Yeah, I think any Lunar and Move got theirs at the same time because they were already a group, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
Girl, I don't know.
I can see the word in my brain, but I'm not going to butcher it. So they were already
I just know Lunar's the looks. Lunar's the face.
She's the visual. The visual. That's what they call it, the K-pop space. She's the visual of the group. And don't question her on that because she's very adamant about it.
Yeah,
I also think that, Any being adorable but sassy, meeting her moms where they are. And the one that surprises me that I didn't get and now I get more is Move. Because Move, at first I was like, she's complaining a lot. And then I understood what it was. Move is very much of the mindset of like, I got to do everything myself. You two are around here messing around.
Yeah,
Move is
sophisticated.
She was standing in the corner yelling, Luna!
That's what I was saying. You're saying that. And I have up here my favorite Move moment is her screaming, Luna! Just over and over again. Just call it for Luna.
She's trying to whip it in. Her parents are overachievers. They do everything right. She is in that family where she's got to learn violin and cello and be able to be top of her class and sing perfectly and all this other stuff. And she got a Lunar, and Annie keeps lifting up her dress like she's tired. Muff is tired.
I know Annie just be saying sorry all the time. Like every time Mumu's like, oh, come on, girl. Like anytime Annie messes up, Mumu and Luna are like, really, girl? And she's like, oh, come on. And then she gets mad. Yeah, she's like, okay.
I just want to.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I interject just because you talked about Annie lifting up her dress? So I have like little groupings, and one of mine is mascots lifting their clothes. So I have Nokne.
Loves that shirt up.
Oh man, Nanan, worst nightmare.
Like Nanan taught him this
to do that,
but now he hates it.
But now
not even his shirt.
Don't do it.
He
so
does
yes,
he
that's
does
the
his
other
shorts
thing.
Too.
I have him.
He pulls his shorts up
to show his legs as well. And Sari saw
learn that
they doing that, and Sari's like, "You want to see my legs?"
I know Ubu are not okay with that. They're very protective of their child.
Mm-hmm. And so then also I have Ohae.
They're gentle parenting.
Ohae does it too. Yeah.
Lifts the shirt.
I don't
and
understand.
The nannies were all like,
Ohae is DMD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, yes,
it's Kang Nam Ping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was all about this. Hey, I got here. And the aunties were like, hell to the no, let's get out.
Let's be clear though. I know Kang Nam Ping is like, if you don't go put that shirt down, they are not running that program. That is not the type of program they are running over there on that side of the house.
Kang was sick at Songkran. So he was sick. And Nam Ping was out there running those streets with his little short shorts and his little shirt. Kang said, I'm not that sick. And Ice will never get over that. He came back and they were on the stage. And Nam Ping was like, in the water. And Kang was like, arms crossed, like, And then at one point, Namping was like, I'm gonna open up my shirt. And he looked over and he was like, I'm not gonna do it.
So we know Oe is not allowed to be pulling this shirt up. And those aunties knew too, because they were like, it's time for us to go. I saw that baby do that. They were like, we got to leave this space. But anyway, yeah. And those were the videos I saw recently of clothing being shed and things that parents would not be okay with. There's a lot of videos of Ken and Namping just loving on that baby.
They do.
Snuggling and loving on that baby
a lot. I think that part of that will be my last part, I think, in terms of just GMMTV or the idea of the mascots, the original idea of the mascots overall, right? So we talk about it being an extension of the pairs, but it's also the idea that they can extend that beyond. So think about pairs do events, they don't do events. They are filming something, I would say Mark Ohm popping up right now that they've been named as the new leads of Spooky Love Tale. All of a sudden, those TikToks are ramping up. There's a reason for that. They're like, get on board, people. We're coming to you pretty soon, right? And I'm here for it. I don't hate on any of that, but you can see it's a cyclical thing. These mascots are an opportunity for when those things are not happening and you're not ramping up, for you to keep those pairs in your mind, because now they have a third party, an extension of who they are. So when they're not filming, when they're not doing events, you still keep that pair in your head because you're watching their baby do an event or something of that nature.
And I will say this too, because I didn't realize how many people didn't know. You mentioned this already, but they can get their own brand deals. Polkasan has brand deals. I remember Tae being worried because Polkasan was going to Japan on his own, and he was going to make new friends, and they were like, be nice to your new friends and everything, because it was like an event that had other mascots from other stuff in it, but then also the Giggle Gang. So GMMTV has a series called the Giggle Gang, where you see the mascots hang out and play together, and they have whole scripts and storylines. So that's another I know people say, oh, they're just money hungry, but no, it's also just smart. It's smart. Like, why can't we just say that it's smart? I was
going to say, as a parent or a daycare provider or whatever, Giggle Gang is an amazing thing. When my daycare children are acting wild and I need them to calm down, I'm like, oh, come here, guys, watch this, and we will watch the Giggle Gang together, and I'll tell them what's being said or what's being done, and they love those mascots down.
That's so funny. I didn't know that.
Them. Yes.
And again, whether things that can be opportunistic have good things to them too. The entire ecosystem of these mascots with these pairs is normalizing queer family. It is making that a thing. And because sex doesn't matter, even with the mascots of who falls in love with who. We got, girl couples, we got boy girl couples, we got boy couples. It doesn't matter. And the gender can be fluid. So I was reading an article about how they were like, the gender is fluid for some of these mascots.
It really is.
Even without being intentional, gender fluidity is now introduced to those young little minds that are now, they're going to be like Nikki's twins and be like, there was a time when that was not okay. Like, they don't understand some of that stuff, and we want that. And so that next generation of kids who's growing up on mascots who are children of queer families, they're going to be like, you have a mom and a dad? Because the Giggle Gang's got 2 dads and 2 moms. You know what I mean?
and so that really does stick with the young people, right? Because I'll go with my daycare kids again. They met Miss Anwi. Miss Anwi when they met me initially, I had a fiance who was a woman, and we had a child, and they were all like, ladies can be married and they can have kids, and this is
right.
a real family, right? And then they watch these little mascots, and I'm like, and I will tell them this is their daddies or this is their mommies or whatever. And I have parents at my daycare who are very conservative, but they know who their daycare provider is, and they accept that, and they've accepted my family, and their children accept that that's my family. And I feel like this structure, regardless of what you might have like in your brain thought that that should be right, it allows you to open your brain. Just as these parents have opened their brains to, this is a person that I love, and this is a person that's interesting to me, and this is a person that takes care of my children and has taught wonderful things to my children. I feel like this is opening the doors to them seeing that these same-sex couples can raise a family, and it can be a beautiful thing. And our kids are learning wonderful things from these mascots because they teach them in that Giggle Gang show. They teach them amazing lessons.
Yeah,
my kiddos are like, oh yeah, my kids love the lessons. Yeah.
All right. I think we can move on to just some of the other companies that also have.
Oh yeah.
So GMMTV, we can definitively say they started it post Butterbear, right? But then other
for the BL communities.
For the BL community, yes. Okay, we're always kind of focused in and honed in. If we're focused in on another entertainment specific industry, we'll let you know out the gate, folks. But typically we're doing BL and GL here, and I think that is in the title.
Yes, it is. Yes. You are right.
So, Domundi, they recently had their, what was it called? The DMD Land 3 concert. And prior to that concert, they decided that they were going to showcase a bunch of new mascots for their pairs as well. So I think they have about 10 of them.
10. Yeah.
They churned those
a new
out.
One today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A single dad.
James.
Yeah. Jesse.
Jesse is a baddie. Jesse very much fits
single
James.
Dad.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I have a Juku story though. I'll let you finish
a minute.
what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have 10. I was like, okay, just hold up a second. So they did an interesting thing. So the rollout of their mascots was more of it was a gamified in a way. So they started with 3D versions of these mascots, and you could actually download an app and have that mascot like in your phone. You could project it beside you. It was very much like a mascot that you could take along with you somewhere, which they don't do that necessarily for GMMTV. A lot of those representations are physical ones, not virtual ones. So that's the different route that they took for these out of the gate. And then they did turn them into physical mascots ultimately for the concert, some of them. And then I think over time, then all of them have become physical versions of what the mascots are. But yeah, I put Juke Crew in here because this was the best picture I could find. Mascots. Yeah, and I love him because Net JJ, and I love that look of mild disgust / disinterest.
Yeah, Juku does not look like he needs to please anyone.
No,
I like his little arms are like pa-ching!
Yeah, he's like
he's great. I love Juku.
And he is definitely an extension of Net JJ. He's just the best parts of them, like boop, 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 put together. I will say they went for kawaii style, which is more Japanese cutesy style. And I don't know how much input they had on making these and the pairs themselves. I know that Nat did say they had some input on them, but I don't know if they had as much input as sitting down and drawing these things together and really having them be created in that way. I do think they used them more in a K-pop way of being like a direct extension and less they are the family like kind of setup, but I don't think it's in the same way. I think to the point, Juke Crew is supposed to be an amalgamation of Net JJ. I don't know if it's an amalgamation of that, JJ, to represent the fandom. It is more like, here's an extension of this pair that you like, that you can get, more of the good feels from this extension as well. And I don't know what Juke Crew is. Capybara, right?
A capybara, yes.
With a carrot hat on? What is the hat?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it in one. Okay.
You did.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ami.
I was going to say, it's funny because I
go ahead, Kelly.
I was just going to say really quick. I had just along with what you were saying, I had seen Shannon literally not because of any of this. This was an old video of hers that popped up, and it was like, "Hey guys, help me understand how Domundi," because she said all these GMMTV guys are talking about the C-sections they had and the difficult births, and they're very leaned into these are children we created and birthed together. Does DMD have that same story? And I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen everything, but it was really interesting in the comment section because they were like, the fans talk about it. And so I feel like that is more a through line in the fandom. I don't know. I do know some of them lean into it actor wise, but I don't think it's universally the talk track for the actors.
The only actor I've seen, and I don't know a whole lot.
Nat, right?
Actor, yeah, Nat. Nat is very much leans into it.
That is his child.
Yes, that's his baby. And speaking of that, and Jukru, I saw a video where Max was talking about how Jukru and Harti were flirting with one another.
He was having a hard time.
And he was not so cool with it at first, but then he was like, okay, you can flirt, but in a respectful way. I'll be all right if you're respectful. Keep your hands to yourself. If he offers her a pillow when she's tired, that's cool. And then he goes, wait a minute. Juku's family is rich.
Oh my God.
If you want to get married, that's cool too. Max went from, I don't want this, to if you're respectful, it's okay, to y'all can get married because you got money.
So messy.
That was my Juku story.
I was gonna say, I think Max and Nat are the ones who lean into the storyline the most out of everything.
They're a more established pair, right? They've been there longer than many others.
It was very funny though, because Nat in the beginning, Nat was fully like, "This is my baby. This is the child that I've always wanted. This is my child." And he said he was fully on board. And Max was like, "Why are we having a child? I don't want a kid. Like, why are we doing this?" Like, Max was like, "I don't understand what this is. What are we doing?" And Nat said, "Well, we have this child now. You need to get on board and take care of it." It was one of my favorite things. He's in alive, and he was like, "And I just told him, we have the child is here. So get on board. You're a father now. Like, what are you gonna do?" I
feel like the minute he saw Harti in like person, Max was like, "Oh, that's my baby," and who's touching my baby? Because nobody touches.
I love Harti.
Harti is, I don't want to pick favorites because they're all very cute, but Harti, that baby right there.
Because everybody else, I don't know. There's a lot of like booty shaking and fighting going down.
So Nongzond, Nongzond. Because Nongzond is just doing what daddy does.
Who's not? Yeah, who's Nongzond's parents?
I was saying though, Nongzond be booty shaking everywhere. Just
Nongzond learned it from his daddy, and he was like, "You shake booties in this family."
Nongzond got it honest.
Yeah, he was like,
"I ain't mad at that."
It's actually hilarious. Nongzond is the only one that talks as well from Domundi, as far as I know.
I think so.
If more are talking, let us know.
That's the only one I've seen talking. And to be fair, Nongzond be talking like a 20-year-old. I need Nongzond to take it down 47 notches.
Let's go there though, because I have a story from Nongzond as well, where those two. First of all, my cute story from Nongzond is when Nunu did that some move that made Z just lose his mind. And Nongzon was just like, I don't need to be watching this and nobody else needs to see it. Nongzon was so disturbed by Z's reaction to whatever Nunu did.
It was the whole situation.
That was wrong.
It was very cute.
It was like, man, you in public.
I don't know if I've paid it as much attention to Nongzon before then, but it was the first time that I saw, that's that's their baby, and their baby was like, y'all doing too much in front of me. I don't need to see all that. But also, they gave that baby some spicy food as a prank.
That whole conversation I saw.
They gave that baby some spicy food as a prank, and I didn't hear Nongzon's thoughts on it at the time. I just saw Nongzon's reactions to the food, and Z and Nunu were cracking it up. They're like, "Oh, it is so funny that baby can't take the spicy food." But then when the baby talked about it, that baby didn't sound like a baby at all.
That was a dissertation.
I was like, wait a minute. You sound like a grown person.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You sound like a 20-year-old. What are you talking about right now?
Actually,
out of all of them, the Kawaii, they lean into that because a lot of these are like kind of like not real representations of things. Alanor is a great example. Tudorium. That's an alien.
But it is them.
But it's an interpretation of what an alien would be. I think Preu, the one for Save, the butterfly.
I'm obsessed with that thing.
But my thing is like, they're like thoughts about a thing. Like in my mind, I'm trying. Let's be fair. Avochin is a bear.
Avochin's a
avocado, a dog,
avocado with a life ring.
With a life ring. So don't get me wrong.
Avochin makes no sense whatsoever.
Mr.
Saturn World. Why is that globe got arms? I
Mr. Saturn.
Get it.
To be fair, some of them, as June said, I didn't know he was going to be real when I drew him. I didn't get that baby no arms.
Just JD.
But all I'm saying is,
let the baby grow limbs.
I will say my favorite out of all of them, which kind of makes sense for Domundi, and out of all the Domundi mascots, it kind of makes sense. But again, what is that? Is tea milk. I love
very, very sophisticated tea.
That little whip of
tea
latte
fits them perfectly.
Oh my god, that little whip!
Yeah, and that little whip, I'm like
a swoop. I'm like, come off.
Yes, it's an idea of a thing, because it's latte in Kim. But I'm like, it's beautiful, and Kim's like, tea milk's beautiful.
It's very
like that mother.
Kim said, my child is respectable.
That's right. Beautiful. Like their mother. All right. You guys have more?
I just wanted to say, we were talking about Domundi, and I just had another story about Harti. When there's a video of them all dancing to Bad, ATEEZ is Bad.
Oh,
they're all doing it. And then, I'm sorry.
She is cracking herself
and then she just goes, she's doing it, and then she goes.
She falls asleep because Harti's sleepy.
Love her. She's so sleepy, and she just sleeps in every situation. She was in it. She was in it with everybody else, and then she just went to sleep.
She actually reminds me of Sam Rue.
Oh
yes. Maybe that's why I love her so much.
Yeah,
because I love Sam Rue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That must be
Rue's kind of a bit of an underdog.
And I think she just eased herself to the floor. She's like, I'm into this dance, but I need to rest. And the pacifier is everything to me.
It is so cute. Oh my god.
Part of me wants her to have a mouth, and the other part of me is like, nah.
No, we need the pacifier forever.
She needs a pacifier.
But saves baby just teeter-tottering.
So weird. I think it would be better if it could fly. I wanted to do something.
Just like
a poorly landlocked butterfly. Oh, poor baby.
There was something that big concert or whatever that they did. There was some. I have so many videos of them performing with their mascot, and it just Yeah, you didn't see that?
I didn't see that. I'm trying to figure out how it
Oh,
performs.
it's so cute.
It's so cute.
Oh,
It's really
okay.
Yeah, it's very,
I have to go
very
back and
cute.
find it. I'll find out.
Hey,
Yeah.
it teeter totters its way into your heart. It
Yes.
really does.
So maybe that's why you're like,
I'm like,
to fly, because I don't need it to fly because it works perfectly with the two of them.
in my logic brain, that's also logicking imaginary things. I'm like, that doesn't make physical sense. Like it can't.
It doesn't.
It can't.
You're right.
I'm like this.
Fine.
It can't survive here. It can't survive on its own. It can't be.
We also, before we leave DMD and move on, TT and his interaction with all of the mascots.
No, it's insane.
Yes.
TT is just so. TT to me loves the mascots the way Nui loves the mascots. TT is all in, and it's not just about his child. His brother. He loves all of them. Like he is intensely into those mascots.
I would put him closer to fourth because I feel
because it's a fight.
They're closer in age. Yeah, fourth.
It's not a care.
Loves them too.
I think
it's a care fight.
I understand what you're saying.
Invested in them. Than
Yeah.
But I've seen so many videos of Fourth with other mascots that are not his own that I'm just like, and I don't know why TT and Fourth, they live in the same.
They're similar, yeah.
Yeah, they remind me of each other a lot.
They're young. They're chaos. They're youthful in a way that
there was something I don't even remember what mascot it was. I don't know what mascot it was, but TT was so. I mean, not TT. Fourth was so, whatever this mascot was saying to him, he was on his knees and he was just like, I need to hear every bit of what you have to say. And so I think that's why I put them in the same universe, because I feel like Fourth is there too. He cares about what all these mascots think and he wants to be a part of their world as well.
I guess because I watch Nui actively interact with all of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
he is the uncle, the father, the mother, the sister, the brother.
Yeah,
to every single one. But when you think chaos, that's more TT.
Yeah, Junior is actively.
Yeah,
Junior is there too.
Them.
Yeah,
Junior loves those mascots.
That is why I'm saying, when Jumo opens his mouth, oh my God, it's gonna be all over, y'all.
He's going to cry.
His daddy is just like the quintessential MC. Like I can't imagine.
That's what he wanted to be, right? An MC.
Yeah.
That was his whole. I'm gonna just veer 1 second, just because I watched this video right before, and then we can move on. It's not mascot related, but they were doing from their book fair, and the girl was like, "So if I hit on Mark," and Junior was like, "Excuse me," and she goes, "If I were to hit on Mark," and he said, "I don't. What do you mean?" And she said, "Well, if I were to hit on Mark," and he goes, "You cannot, because he is mine." He was just like, I don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. Hit on who? Hit on how? Like, that's not a thing that's ever going to happen because he is mine. I just thought that was Marcus Jr. so smooth. Continue.
I'm trying to tell you, my fanfic is coming. There's so many things.
Oh Lord.
So many things I've saved. And
everybody get ready.
Okay.
First book, Junior Mark.
Oh.
Mama Fox, Jumo.
Oh,
there's
Kim Paul.
Oh,
Kim Paul. Oh, why is that coming? They don't have a mascot. I hope When Oranges Fall has sent them into mascot territory. I feel like it should. They did an amazing
Almond Progress have it. I feel like they should have one. Yeah.
Almond Progress came in with quite a massive following, so I think that's why they didn't. But Kim Paul have been building up, and I think When Oranges Fall really put them in a spot.
Awesome.
So
I mean,
okay,
we'll move on to the next company. I think my only other honorable mention is Rainy. I feel like Rainy doesn't get enough screen time.
I don't know anything about Rainy.
Adorable raindrop.
Rainy's not on my list.
First one, the adorable little raindrop that Rainy is. I don't know how much
they said. I made a note about Rainy. Hold on, I'll find it. If I don't
know how much they interact with Rainy on a regular basis, but I do think it's the original 3, right? Because it was Nongzong, Ohae, and Rainy. And Rainy doesn't get enough screen time, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think Rainy does. I don't know if Rainy's a she or he. I don't think they do. And Rainy's not in my notes, as you can see.
Rainy is a charming little weather themed creature that carries around a personal umbrella because you don't have to be scared on a rainy day. Because with Rainy you can dance and sing. Because they dance and sing.
See? We need more Rainy.
Come on.
That's all we're going to say. Come on, Monday. We need more Rainy.
More Rainy.
So that's my thing for Dumundi. I need more
of the
So what you've created are very sweet, cute characters. I need more. I need more backstory. I need more interaction with their parents.
Yeah.
I need just more.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will love them. I think I will love them.
So I did have these questions in a TikTok that I made, and the comments section said, "Oh, it's all online." And maybe that's just the difference. I don't know. If you go to their mascot pages, they talk a lot on Twitter. But unless you're on Twitter and you're following them, you don't get tapped. So there are people who are having. There's a lot of fans who have full conversations about all of these interactions and their relationship, but it's all happening on Twitter. And I think to expand it in the way that it gets the interest, because then you have to be somebody who is willing to be on Twitter and follow a mascot. You've now single laned this in a way that if I'm sorry, TikTok, and you have them interacting, or they're going to the book fair and being silly, or they're going to the here or there and doing all of these things together. And to be fair, they're just entering into this.
They are.
They have time to grow the
process, but they're not quite there yet.
And I don't want what I do see a lot of is them doing like dance challenges and stuff. We don't need that. We want the other interactions, that stuff, because it's only so many mascots I can watch, do a dance challenge. I don't really need to see
look. I'm gonna tell you. So we've had our we know the mascots from GMMTV because they've been around a little while. The ones that I have to see dance, Avocean.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that one right there cannot be still dancing constantly. Domia.
They know the dances too. Like
that baby can dance.
They know them. Yeah.
Jumo. Yep. Jumo is always dancing. I don't think I need to see a whole lot of those mascots.
You missed one because you don't see them dance.
I'm sorry.
Lichens.
No.
Yes, definitely.
But I was gonna say baby.
Yeah, baby can dance.
Baby can dance.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Baby dance.
Just because you brought up baby, I also just
it's so weird because baby's parents aren't dancers.
But baby is an overachiever because his parents.
Oh yeah, because baby speaks a zillion languages.
Yes, baby has to be the best of the best. And I just thought about when baby was first introduced and the way that they are both fashionistas, they are both like just, they're about the look, and how both of them got upset because one of baby's like feet were dirty.
Oh yeah, you talked about this.
And they just kept cleaning it, and they were like, I notice now, you can tell the fresh cleans on they are getting those mascots clean regularly because you have your off and gun that are not having it. They were like, don't sit there. You're going to get dirty. Like how these people would show up as parents so automatically shows up in these mascot scenarios. It's very fun to see.
Yeah.
What is lichens, baby? What's their Laiku, right?
Like you.
Yeah, that baby like can dance too.
Like you.
This is the one. So these are the ones that I will watch.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Flary. I cannot wait for Flary. But these are the ones I will watch. I will actually watch their dance videos because those feet,
it's crazy.
They're going in.
How are they doing that in those costumes?
Yes. They're going crazy.
Yes. They're
killing Kelly, your clean mascot story made me think of Muvmov, because there's a running joke because she's Samoyed, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They always talk about, so when Jewel came out, they were like, oh, because Jewel's clean, not like you, Muvmov, not like you. And Muvmov's like,
wrong.
shut up, I'm clean.
I was like, this is my color. I'll also say the thing that I think what will take, like we said, for Domundi to move into that space where we have that universe where they're acting those things out, not just on Twitter, but and someone's going to come in and say that they're doing it in real time too. I will say we all did a lot of background to this, and I went to watch. I wanted to consume as much as I could, and it's a lot harder to find those interaction videos that have a full story, a character arc to them, a story to them that I can follow. I did find it on Twitter. So for those of you who told me to do that, thank you. It is definitely on Twitter. It's not as fleshed out. And I think to make that happen, you have to run the workshops. And it can't just be a straight up script that you're reading. It has to be improv workshops for mascots, which I don't know was happening to that extent before because it didn't need to.
So I would say,
also, like you said, they're new. They're new to Domundi. I think
I would. Yeah. I want to push back on one thing though, and intention is my pushback. I don't know if they're doing the same thing.
You're right. You're right.
It might not be about family and all that.
That's why I said out of the gate they're doing more of a K-pop thing. This is a literal representation of this pair. Do they have to interact? Maybe not.
You're right.
In K-pop, they don't interact with each other. Like they interact with other mascots, and that's where I think more mascot interaction is definitely needed. But I don't know what the intention is with these mascots, and I don't know if it necessarily has to be the same intention that GMMTV is having.
I don't. And to be honest, there's the fans of this that aren't. We have a love of what GMMTV is doing
in that space. Yeah.
People who started with the Monday Mascot, they don't care. They're like, this cute.
Is what I want.
They're having a nice time.
Yeah, you just want a cute thing.
So here's where I think that they might be trying to do a little bit of the family stuff is because when I watch the interactions with Kim Namping and their mascot, and even with Zinunu and their mascot, they're loving on those babies.
Yeah.
Especially Kim Namping. I see them loving on that mascot. Like that's their child.
So maybe we'll take it back to that space too, and the idea of what pairs want to do.
Yeah, maybe that's
don't know.
And also Max Nat.
Yeah,
Max Nat, that's their
came
baby
out of the gate too. So what do those pairs want to do? How much work do they want to put into that relationship? What does that look like for them, right? And maybe
we can even look at GMMTV that way because I think there are certain pairs that put more love into their mascot than others.
And GMMTV, it's about that business model, right? Who's putting in more work around that mascot are the ones who are seeing the extra revenue stream that's coming from that, right? Because they are getting a cut at the end of the day. Those mascots those actors are making, they're making their commission, but also, Tainu was not in Japan, but they got that Japan money when Polcasang went to Japan. So it is in their best interest to do that.
I'll tell you who recently has. It's been interesting to watch their trajectory, and that's June Dunk and JD.
Yes,
they were not tapped in the beginning.
They were.
We were all like, "What are you doing?" And JD made a name for themselves on their own. They didn't have June Dunk were not doing the Tainu gang, but JD became beloved because JD was little, and everybody took care of JD, and JD played the role.
Everybody took care of JD.
Everyone took care of, and JD was like, I'm a little simpler. I need you all to help me.
I don't have arms.
And if you watch June Dunk today, so different.
Very different.
So tapped in, so paying attention. Because Dunk's a little awkward with the child, okay?
Yes,
a little. Now they figured
I
out how to make that work, that dynamic work.
I had made the list of the kids who copied their parents, but I left that off the list that the most recent event that they had, June Dunk did that thing where they poked their head out and they left, but they poked their head out and they do something extra. And they all did it this time. JD, June, JD, Dunk. They all poke their head back out and yeah, I'm still here. And so they included their child in that, which we didn't see before.
Dunk's a weirdo. He'd be poking that baby in the eyes. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know why Dunk be doing that. And Jill will be like, get off that baby.
Get off that baby.
But my point with that is we will see. I feel like we're going to see with some of these pairs anyway at Dumundi growth in that way. Like they'll get more used to.
We just don't. We don't have transparency on that business model. We don't know what's going on. So that can dictate some of that behavior as well. Because yes, the folks that got on board, are on board. I think because they can lean into the improv of it all. Because that is our overarching. Like I know the love of what we love about the mascots that we see fundamentally is that improv structure and that creation of story in the moment that we love so much, but also what does that business structure look like behind that, and who's getting, what benefits are coming from that in creating a new relationship with another actor. All right, we're going to go to the last one, which is just a honorable mention. There is another company because I think Poo Pop got
two other companies.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can talk about those. I don't have pictures for those because I couldn't think about them today.
Oh, wait.
Sickly Haze. This is Nong Cody. mflowentertainment is Boat and Oat. Yeah. Do you know what this baby is?
It's so cute.
Do you know what it is?
What?
It's an otter bunny.
That's an otter?
Otter bunny. Oh, is it gonna go build a dam?
Oh,
wait, do otters build dams?
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
I gotta take a break.
Oh
my God.
Okay.
I mean, okay, guys, we'll be right back.
See you in a minute. All right. So we're on to our final, not our final, second to the last company, because somebody else had a brand new addition to Mascot addition to their team recently. But we have Nong Cody. I think we were already talking about Nong Cody. But he is an otter bunny. We love otter bunnies. He is Boat and Oat. I am very curious where MFlow thought this was going to go. But okay. I mean,
what do you mean?
Stubborn, I don't know. My stubborn doesn't say
Mascot.
Mascot. I think it's not about their series, but about them as a pair.
Them as a pair. They're very popular.
Yeah, because even with the show that they have out now, their personalities are just theirs.
Yeah, they exist outside the show.
I don't know. I don't know if I know enough about Boat and Oat to understand Nong Cody. I will leave it there. Like that.
Nong Cody works.
Nong Cody works. Okay. Yeah. And Nong Cody is very cute. I do think they have a different. So I was looking at the difference in the mascot the actual structure of these mascots. So GMMTV GMMTV has the blow up model, which is there's a person in there, but there's also like a fan, so they can go down, they can like deflate at times, which is always hilarious. I do think Dumundi has a combination. Actually, I think they have the blow up model as well, or a combination.
But it's different.
Some of them are different with like pieces, and some of them are full blow ups, right? Nong Cody, and I think the newest one too, go back to the Butterbear model.
Yes.
Which is a person in a suit, a straight up suit, not a blow up model. So,
which I imagine those two are a little bit different to me.
No, they're totally because this one is actually doesn't have the same dexterity as a Butterbear would, right? So, and the newest one does. This one is a little too like stiff, I think, in some ways, where they have a hard time traveling and things. So I think there probably needs to be some adjustments made. But Nong Cody is cute as crap. So
Nong Cody is adorable. When you talk about the dexterity, that's the difference between I think the GMM and the Dumundi. Like they might both be blow up, but they have a different kind of movement.
Yes. How it's designed is definitely different.
Yeah.
It's designed,
we were talking about the dance thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Dumundi ones can dance the same way that the GMMTV ones can, because
that's why I was like, I don't need them to do dance challenge. I want them to do more interactions with one another.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. All right, and then Kelly, you'll do the last one.
Yay!
Cutie patootie.
If any parent needed a mascot baby,
yes,
Pooh Pavel needed a mascot baby.
They did. They loved that baby
they
so
really
much.
did. Because
They
Pooh
love
was
that
loving on
baby.
everybody else's not Pooh. Pavel was loving on everybody else's mascot.
Yeah.
And
Pavel's
when
actually
Pooh was like, "Hey, this is our baby," Pavel lost his mind.
I would say Pavel recently I've seen a lot of TikToks of Pavel with Butterbear. They're having some very interesting interactions. Yeah, right now. So
But Pavel loves everybody. If you throw a mascot in front of Pavel, he's just like, "Oh, I need to hug you and kiss you and love you in every way possible."
I like I tend to lean towards the mascots that have expressive faces, and I don't know how to explain that, but that mascot has an expressive face. Even covered up, I feel like I can feel the expression of like he's leaning into its parents. Like he's just like, oh, I'm getting love. And like,
do the eyes move?
Maybe I don't know
if they do.
Well, I like that they're slightly to the side, like you see where
But he also knows his parents' personalities. He's a certain way with Pavel, and he's a certain way with Pooh, and that's what I enjoy about him, and that's what I enjoy in the GMMTV mascots. That they understand the differences between their parents, and they know how to behave with each one. This one, TinTin, brand new. TinTin knew what Pavel would like and what Pooh would like, and he did those things with each parent.
Very cool.
Very cute.
I just want to, I know we're ready to move on to our joys probably. I just want to throw in two little extra things that I put on my list because you guys are giving me a hard time.
I'm dying.
Nikki has to drive to the plane. I had to get on a plane.
Mr. Saturn World gave Mix a birthday cake and Mix sobbed.
Yeah,
Mix was sobbing.
Yeah, we saw
Mr. Saturn World gave him a birthday cake last year too. Mix was just boo-hooing because his baby gave him a birthday cake. Winnie by himself with this little
sad.
Why
are you breaking up the sad stuff?
Winnie was loving because Winnie was finding comfort in Samurai, and I just thought back to when that whole split happened, and Nui was like, "I got you." And Nui was loving on that baby. And that is a show of how family is really represented in that company. Like this baby is coming from a broken home. And Nui was like, even though you're coming from a broken home, we still love you and we will still take care of you. And it is representative of how these mascots represent how family is shown in these pairs, in this whole BL sphere.
All right, on that heartfelt note, let's shift over into our things that gave us joy this week.
Yes.
All right, what are you gonna go? Yeah.
Joy this week for me is the prosecutor's proposal, which is a crazy show.
One joy. She said joy.
I got one joy. Prosecutor's proposal, crazy show. Didn't know it was gonna bring me joy in the end. It did. I need everybody to watch it. Okay. The end.
All right.
Go, Nikki.
Oh man. My joy this week is personal. Have two lovely guests at the home. Let me tell y'all something. There is nothing like a 15-year-old who talks a lot, but who has their grandparents rock up and like just they're a captive audience. They're on your couch and they are not getting up. And your 15-year-old's like, bet it's story time. And I'm not going to stop until I leave. I got to leave this place. And so this morning was very long, very involved conversations with the grandkids and their grandparents. So that's my joy. And then also I'll tag on to your prosecutor proposal, Joy, and say, even though prosecutor, that guy, that man is fine. That's a fine man. fine. And
Yeah.
I love babies with the ear. I love baby with the ears. And don't get to asking me how to say their names. I'm not going to do that because that would be disrespectful.
But those ears are great.
Those ears are beautiful. And that man
is fine. Okay. I just want to tag on to your grandparents thing though, because we didn't do a family call. We do a family call every Sunday. We were like, oh, we're not going to do it this Sunday. But I had to call them and tell them how church went because church was great. And they had to tell me how excited they were that those grandchildren wanted to share so much with them today. They were just like, sometimes they're just like, enough of y'all. But today they were like, so they were very happy with that. Yeah,
it was a lot.
I didn't think I had. Listen, I've been traveling for work. It's actually very exhausting. I'm just a smidge overwhelmed with all the things that I'm doing between recording, traveling for preparing for this. There's a lot going on. So I didn't really think that I had anything. Also, the BL world's been kind of toxic lately. Mm-hmm. So I'm just not enjoying engaging in a lot of stuff because everything's crazy. But per Santa's concert, happened.
Yeah.
And it was, so there's the difference between concerts like that get me because, and I was looking at one of the videos, it's the twinkle in their eye. You can't fake a twinkle in your eye. And both of their eyes, you can just see that they both have waited for this moment to be in this spot with this person and they never knew it. But now they have it and they're like, I cannot believe I get to do this here with you right now. And and it's not just that I get to do this here. It is very much, I get to do this here with you right now because I find them fascinating because they are so polar opposites in how they address what they love, the thing that they love, not how they address it, what they love. Like you've got this rocker and you have this K-pop kid and they're very much these things, I don't even know that they would have typically opened their minds to something else because they're both very intense about the art that they love, but in that space together, allowing each other to open up, they've locked into something new. When Perth said I never would have been brave enough to do Korean rap on stage, something that he actually wanted to do, that I don't think we would have known he wanted to do if it had not been for Santa. If you had asked us prior to Santa, he would have been like, oh, I'm a rocker. You know what I mean? But now he can now admit that's something that song had been with him for a while, but that he had always dreamed of performing it on stage. And I feel like, Santa's guitar lessons and all this other stuff, they found their artistry beyond even what they knew they could do because they got work together. And that's the exciting part that is possible with pairs if they're in a nice, healthy space.
Right. I don't want to, I know we were trying to close it. I just want to, concert wise, first cow, Boon Prim. First, Earth Mix, that was joy. Watching all the people in the audience who are also actors, performers, enjoy watching them perform. Joy. That's it.
Lovely. I think that's it, everybody.
Yeah, we're good. We're done.
Guys, tell us in the comment who your favorite mascots are. Yes. Tell us if you have more information about Doumundi Mascots.
Please.
Anything about Nong?
Any mascots.
Anything about TinTin. Tell us who you love.
I don't think we covered all of GMMTV because
we didn't.
No, we didn't. There's not enough time.
Yeah, tell us who you love and and talk to us more about it. Okay, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Please follow, like, subscribe, and review our podcast everywhere on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We will see you next time on What My Sister Said.